Hello, in this video we're going to start setting up the reference images we're going to be using. So the more reference images you can find the better, so if we go online and just type in Sackboy reference, and we'll go to images, you should get plenty of images of him, and what we're looking for is something. See, that's a good one, that's got plenty of views of him, but we're looking for something like this to start with, where you've got a front view, a side view and a back view. I don't really need the back view, I just want the front and the side, but that will give me a good outline to trace to remold the mesh to that shape. But when you're using anything like this, always reference where you got the images from, because a lot of work's gone into these and some places have licensing agreements and you've got to be careful. But I'm not going to be using it for, I'm not going to copy it exact, I'm just going to use it as a reference. So like I said, always reference where you got them from. So we'll shut that down because I've already got that image. And what I'm going to do is I go to general, and you can see I've got my startup file already saved, so when I load Blender it will always load with this startup file. I've got a reference image here. Well, this is a character, this little bloke here, and I got him from a course I did on Udemy by 3D Tutor by Neil Bitterson, and he does a lot of 3D tutor stuff such as guillotines and hangman nooses, all that sort of stuff. And I followed a few of his, but this little character is a standard 1.8 meters in height, so that's a standard human size, so he's good for scaling the model to get it, like if you're making a car, you want the person to fit into it, so that's a good way of getting a good size, is using something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some reference images now. I'll do a Shift A, image, reference, and now I've got to go find it. So it's on my documents, it's in my you might be able to hear I'm having trouble with my throat this morning. Excuse me. It's in my Sackboy, my reference images, and there he is. I think that's him. Is that him? No, that one's him. Yeah, that's it. So I'll grab it, bring it up a bit for a start. Now if I come over to the little icon at the bottom here, this one looks like a mountain and a moon. Click on that, and I want to bring the transparency down, so click on opacity and bring that down low enough so I can see through that image, because I think that's a bit too big as well. Scale that down a little bit. The better you can keep it to real world size, the better the lighting will be. So let's grab that on the Z and take it up, because I want to sit it right on that red line, the baseline. That is the x-axis. So now we'll grab it on the x-axis, and I think that's the back. So grab it on the x-axis, take it that way, and try and line it up in the centre line. And I don't need this human reference in for now. I call him Boris. So just turn that off like that. Oops. And we'll try and get that into the centre. And if this grid is annoying, which it is, come up here to the drop down and turn off the grid. So I'll grab the reference image, grab it on the X. Just a minute, I've turned my X-axis off, and yeah, I have. I think I have. Yeah, I have turned my X-axis off. Right, grab that on the X, bring it across, and try and get that right in the centre. There, like that. And that will be for our mirror. when we come to mirror one side over to the other, because if you get it right you'll need to build half a mesh. So that's the side, the fronting I mean, so I'll rename that to front view, if I can spell. I'll grab that and I'll grab it on the Y 4, take it back 4 meters. I'll do a shift D, so you've got it, right click and drop it back in place, rotate Z 90. That rotates it 90 degrees on the Z axis around. So now then I'll grab it on the Y and I'll bring it forward now. And now I'm looking to set up the center view. I mean the side view I mean, but I want it in the center. So we've got him there. Let's get it to 3. But if we look at that, his arm's facing the wrong way, so that needs to be rotated. So I'll rotate it Z 180 degrees, and that'll put him, no hang on a minute, rotate Z 180. Oh, is he rotated? Rotate Z 180. That's better, yeah he has. I can't tell because the image is a bit faint at the minute. So I'll grab that on the Y and try and centre that. I'll put it right in the centre of his neck. That should be alright. Then I'll grab that on the X -4 and take that back 4 meters. And I'll call this one side view. Now I'll just go to the front view now, and I'll do a shift A and I'll just bring in a cube. Well, I'll bring in a cylinder, not a cylinder, a sphere, to make sure I've got this lined up properly. That's an ICO sphere, I've got the wrong one, but it doesn't matter. So let's press full stop on the keyboard, or the period as the Americans call it. I'll just grab that on the Z, grab it on the Z and take it straight up like that. And I'm just looking for the centre line to make sure it's where I want it. Yes, it is. And that's fine by me, that one. So now, where's it put that sphere? ICO sphere there. Delete it, I don't need it. These are in my reference image folder. So I can close that down, click on this little icon here, which if you go to this one at the top, the drop down, you've got it there. That makes it non-selectable. If that's clicked on, once you click on it there, those images can't be moved now, they're locked into place. And we're all set now to begin the initial build out now, which in the next video we'll start by sculpting out, well we'll start by blocking out. We'll put a cube in to make his head, and then shape it to the right place, move down the body and get all the arms, the legs, everything in place, and then we can move on to the next stage where it'll all be sculpted together. So I'll end this video now and I'll be back in the next one where we'll start blocking out the head. So thank you for watching.